I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got music on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody's hands go up.
Hi all, welcome to RantFOOTBALL. I'm Ball Phil. I've been away for 3 weeks in Orlando, so haven't been able to sit down and watch football properly. Been able to watch Chelsea though. That youth squad looks amazing. And before we get into the things, I just want to talk about Tottenham Hotspurs, what is going on at that club. Personally, I think there's a couple of players who want to leave, and Pochettino definitely wants to leave. So I think they're a complete mess. You can blame the people who run that club personally, because they're so stubborn, they don't learn, they think they know better. They're bloody idiots, unfortunately. They're not big enough. They've got a nice new stadium, so I think the owners think, oh, well, we'll be great now. No, not if players don't want to be there. Learn from other clubs' mistakes, you dickheads. So Tottenham could be in trouble this season. Man United are in trouble. They're donkeys. I hope Solskjaer stays forever. He's doing nothing. He's not a good manager at all. I said that when he first got appointed. He had that honeymoon period, but that's well and truly over. Now he might as well just be in the long divorce period it seems now, because it's a complete mess. And to foreign football, I don't always do. Real Madrid. All that money, stealing Chelsea players. You've got Courtois, the goalkeeper with no hands. And you've got Hazard, who's decided to be fat and done absolutely nothing. You pretty much tapped them up, in my opinion. You kept them coming out how you wanted them all them years, and now you reap what you sow. I hope they're useless for you all the time. And Hazard, if you decide to realise it's a mess there, come home to the bridge and then become a superstar again next season, where you belong. Anyway, let's get into the Premier League round 7 results. We had Crystal Palace versus Norwich City. Full time was 2-0. Yeah, again, I said I haven't had time to watch football properly, being away in Orlando, sunning it up for 3 weeks. So we're just going to get into these quick and go through everyone's predictions and results and see who got it right. So Palace versus Norwich was obviously clearly full time 2-0 to Norwich. I mean, Palace. Holiday brain still on. 2-0 Palace. So I put it as 2-2. That's 0 points. Paul put it 3-1 as Palace. He gets 2 points. Colin, 0 points. He went 2-0 to the Norwich. And Simon went 1-0 to Palace. He got 2 points. The next one is Ropey Bottle Job Spurs versus Southampton. Full time to the Tottenham. Bit of a strange game this one. I think Tottenham had a player sent off as well, if I remember right, seeing online. I went 3-0, Paul went 3-1, Colin went 3-0 and Simon went 2-0, so we all got 2 points. We had Wolves versus Watford, full time 2-0 to Wolves. I had a feeling on Wolves would finally win a game of football, but again, it's against Watford, the worst team in the Premier League by miles right now. So I went 1-0, 2 points. Paul went 2-1 to Watford. Paul, what was you thinking? 0 points. Colin went 2-0 to Wolves. That's his first 3 points. And Simon went Watford as well. Simon's going to blame the Orlando Sun for that, I think. He went 1-0 Watford, 0 points. The next game was Everton Man City. I had a feeling Everton would score in this game, but I knew Man City would win it. And I was correct. It was full-time Everton 1, Man City 3. I just didn't get the score right, because I went 4-1 to Man City. See, just one more goal. Oh, whatever. Paul went 4-0. Colin went 5-0. And Simon went 4-0. All of us to Man City. 2 points. The next lot of games I've got for you here, I don't know if these are in order, by the way, so if they're not, sorry, but they're still the same weekend, so who cares. We had Sheffield United versus Liverpool. We all went for a Liverpool win, by the way. It was only 1-0. It was quite shocking. We thought Liverpool would do better than that, but Sheffield United showed some fight. I went 4-0. Paul went 2-1. Colin went 4-0. And Simon went 3-0. All 2 points. We had Villa versus Burnley. Full time 2-2. I thought Burnley would pull this off, but I was wrong. I went 2-1, 0 points. So did Paul. He thought 2-0, 0 points. Colin, he's next, 3 points. 3-3. I mean, he went 2-2, he got 3 points. Simon went 0-0, he got 2 points. Colin got 3 points. Let's make sure I put that right. We have Bournemouth versus West Ham. West Ham are doing quite well, so Bournemouth. It was full time 2-2. I had a feeling on a draw. I think everyone had a feeling on a draw, so I went 1-1, 2 points. Paul went 2-2, 3 points. Colin went 1-2, 2 points. Simon went 2-2, 3 points. Well done, Simon, finally. And Paul. Chelsea and Brighton. I knew Chelsea would win this, and I knew we'd keep a clean sheet for once. I just had a feeling we were getting there. Tomori starting to look a brilliant centre-back. The team's starting to look good now going forward. The balance is starting to slowly show. Jorginho, I think we've signed a different Jorginho this summer, and he's miles better than he was under Sorry Ball. Chelsea looked quite dominant in this game. I thought there was a little patch of Brighton for seconds. Brighton were unlucky when they hit the bar, but pretty much that's it for Brighton. Chelsea had a blind. The Brighton keeper had a blinder to keep the score down. Tammy Abraham didn't score, but he's getting the chances. What's always a good sign that if they're not going to 1 or 2 games, soon they're going to bang back in again. So I did watch this game and I was quite happy with the Chelsea performance. Anyway, full-time was Chelsea 2, Brighton 0. I said 3-0, 2 points. Paul said 2-1, 2 points. Colin said 3-0, 2 points. Simon went 1-0, 2 points. The last lot of games of the weekend, though, were Palace versus Norwich. Have I already had that? I just want to double check. No. Palace versus Norwich. It was full time to the Palace. 2-0 to Palace, I should say. Got to be a terrible TV pundit, but this ain't for TV. This is what you make me a cock of myself. I went 2-0, 0 points. Paul went 3-1 to Palace. 2 points. Colin went 0-2, 0 points. Simon went 1-0, 2 points. Then we had... Excuse me, I'm confused myself. I've already done that, haven't I? So we're thinking, ignore that one, because I've said that twice. I must really like Palace for some reason. We're going into Leicester City versus Newcastle. It was full-time 5-0 to Leicester. Newcastle finished as well, I think. We're not going to talk about Mike Ashley. We now Toonami feel about him and what he's done to their club. Anyway, I went 2-0, 2 points. Paul went 2-1, 2 points. Colin went 3-1, 2 points. And Simon went 2-0, 2 points. At this point, I'm bottom of the table and we get into the Monday night football. And it's Man United versus Arsenal. I had a cheeky feeling on this one, being full-time 1-1. And the game was 1-1. So Phil got 3 points. Paul went 2-1 to Man United. Being a Man United fan, he went with his heart, not his brain. So 0 points. Colin went 4-2 to Arsenal. Really, Arsenal are as shambolic as Man United, almost, I think. But I don't think Arsenal are shambolic because they're players. I think it's their manager who's inept and an idiot and should be fired, and then they'd probably be a decent team. But I don't want him fired because of that reason. Yeah, anyway, Colin, as I said, went 4-2, 0 points to Arsenal. He went. Simon went 2-1 Arsenal, 0 points. So at this point, we're going to look at this little mini league table. Well, Colin, after being abysmal last time, clearly has been done some match fixing and paying a couple of quid here and there to the football teams and the refs, because there's no way he can all of a sudden just turn this good. Colin comes first, 18 points. Second place and third place finished in the same points, but I know this winds Simon up, so I've decided to put myself second and Simon third. And Paul, who had a great start, but finished fourth on 15 points. Now, this is the week everyone's actually pretty done well on predicting scores, and it's probably been the closest we've had. It was anyone's game, you know, into the Sunday, and well, Colin's pulled it off. Paul's unlucky to finish fourth. He's pretty much done Liverpool last season. That sort of score most weeks would get him into the top 2 or even win the title. This week, it's finished him fourth. So yeah, as I said, Colin first, me second, Simon third, and Colin and Paul fourth. Now, that's pretty much it. We'll be back for round 8 when I can go more in depth into games finally. Probably rant about how much I hate VAR. And yeah, that's it. If you'd like to be on though, comment on here. You know, pretty much, and send me a video in. I can give you an email address as well. It's baldphill, BALDPHILL @gmail.com, and you can come on and try and beat me. I'm not winning, but I'm consistently finishing second, Simon, Yeah, so that's it for this week's one, and the next round will be obviously round 8 predictions, and we'll get to it. Also, listen out for Colin's podcast, the Half and Half podcast, football podcast where a bunch of mates get together and rant about football in South pretty much. Got my podcast, The Orlando Addict, what is returning soon. I'm going to be talking about my 3 weeks in Orlando. It's only going to be monthly now instead of every 2 weeks. I've got too much on with work and everything, so I can't do it all the time. So Simon's podcast, Simon Says podcast, when he's pretty much, it's a diary of his life and what's going on in it. He'll probably talk a lot about Orlando as well, because he was out there mysteriously around the same times as me. Did meet the guy, great lad. And then you got Paul. You'll see in the show notes his Instagram. Follow Paul if you can. That's what he does. He's not a podcaster. He's not a YouTuber yet. So we will get him into it at some point with his northern accent. Again, everyone's podcast and that, they will all be in the show notes, underneath. So please give everyone a listen, subscribe, do that Apple crap with them, and see you again very soon for round 8 predictions in the Premier League. Ball fill out.